All right, so this has been requested quite a bit from people since I started photography. People want to know how to make presets. Now, I never used to make presets. I kind of used to color grade the image after the shoot and then create an image look that I use in that shoot. Okay, I never used to save them, but then when I started doing vlogs and photo shoot stuff, to keep people engaged in the video, I used to give away free presets during the video. So if you watch to a certain point, there'd be an image up and you could like send me a screenshot and I'll give you all my presets. I'll still do it. If you guys want these presets, I'll give them to you. There's just a link that you download them and try them out. They don't work perfectly on every photo because I obviously, so on this image, I know which preset works well, but on a darker image, you need a different one, and on an overexposed image, you need a different one, unless you know how to tweak them. So you could use any preset if you tweak it from there, but not a lot of people know how to tweak it. So you kind of have to have a shit ton of presets and then use the one that looks best for that shoot. Okay. Now, if you shoot very different, like if you shoot overexposed, underexposed all day long and you're not like exposing it right all the time, the preset won't carry over. Like if you had to take this image and do a whole bunch of stuff to it, right? And you copy these settings and you paste it on an image that's not taken the same way, you know, it's not going to affect it the same. So the same thing with presets. Presets are just saving what I did over here and it's applying it automatically. So I'm going to show you how to make presets so that you can make your own color grades that you like to use in future. But if you know how to make the presets, if you buy someone's presets, so if you take my presets or if you buy presets from other creators, you can take their presets and tweak them, okay, if you understand how they work. Most of this stuff is the same as Photoshop. It's just knowing which button does what. But I want to show you how to make a preset and save it, and then you can use it in future. If you want my presets, let me know. You can see these ones over here. You'll see it says day glow, whatever. These are all ones I made from all my shoots. So I'll have like a swimwear shoot was the forest green, which you can see it's not working really well here, but day glow works here. The one that worked the best was the street dancing one. So I like this one on this image purely because there's an overexposed sky. So in the original, the sky is very bright and she's dark, so it's flipping it around. So now that's why this preset works well here, because this is a similar lighting situation I shot in when I made the preset, okay? Now from here though, you'd still have to tweak it because she's quite dark. So what you want to do is lift the exposure even more and then lift the shadows even more, and then that looks even better, you know? If you want to, you can come in here and drop the brightness of the sky. Okay, you can up the color of her, okay, and then check the details, see my masking, yeah. So you can see what I've done there, right? That's to tweak my preset. Now that's before, that's after, okay? Now what you would do normally is you go copy all the settings, go to the next image, paste the settings, right? And because they were shot the same, it works. Okay. Now this preset, if I go back to that one, it's going to be too dark again, right? So what you want to do is save it. So we'll say create preset. We call it a new one, right? This is the one I'm making for you guys. So here you can uncheck what you don't want. Here you can see it says day glow. Here you can see it says color only, right? So what I did that for is so that you could expose for your shot till it looks the way you kind of want it. Let's see. So let's say that's how you want the image to look. Then you go day glow color only. Now it's only adding the color that I made in these sliders to your gray that you've already made. So that's what color only was for. So people were trying to use day glow on an image that they shot way different to me and it wasn't working. So if we say create preset and we uncheck this, right? So we don't want it to color grade and we don't want it to change the white balance. And we call it a new one color, right? Now on this image, no, wait. So then on this image that's not color graded, we could go to new one color. And it would only do the color effect to the image. Whereas if we went new one completely, it's going to do both of them to the effect, right? So just save them for how you want to save them. Some of them work really well, some images, some don't. And then this is up to you to figure it out. All right, so now getting into making your own preset. Let's do it on this image. So first thing I do is I color grade like normal. So I go add some contrast, lift the brightness. I like to drop down the highlights to get the sky to come back. I up the shadows, down, exposure up some more. I like to add some texture, some clarity, some vibrance, saturation, right? Let's do even more saturation. In general, I really like to do up shadows, down highlights, because that way I can keep the sky and bring her up, and then I would never finish. I would still go in Photoshop and then tweak her a little and tweak the sky a little. But this is my color grade. Now from here, let's make it a little bit brighter. From here, you go down the list here. So you can color grade with tonal curve. It's just a little bit more complicated. You got to know that this is the shadow point, that's the highlight point. And then what you would do is go into reds and say, I want greens to be in the shadows, but I want reds to be in the highlights. And that's how you would color grade. But these days, we've been blessed with color grading tools, so we'll do that last. The next one I would do is HSL. Oh, by the way, if you want to make yours appear like this, where the next one will disappear and the other one will close, you just right click and you click solo mode. Okay, so solo mode will not let everything stay open at once, right? Ooh. So right click solo mode, it makes only one at a time. HSL is hue, saturation, luminance. That's what it stands for. If you go into hue and you click this button, you can basically click on the green thing and say, I want the greens to be yellow. Okay, so it will change all the greens. I want the blues to be aqua, right? So that's what HSL is. Hue, you can change any color to like up or down. Saturation, same thing. You can up the saturation of the blues. Oh geez, up the saturation of the blues, up the saturation of the greens, whatever. So this is what HSL does. The cool one I like is luminance. So luminance is the brightness of something. So if we want the sky to be saved even more, we click on the sky, bring it down. It will bring down all the blues. So you can see what it's done to her pants now, right? Pants, blue, green, everything. The one you got to be careful for is things like orange, because that's a skin tone. So you don't want to like mess with the skin tone too much unless you want it. So there we can brighten it. So now what you've seen is from that little quick color grading session, we've made it go from this, show the camera, to this, okay? Cool, punchy, Instagrammy type of look. Then I would maybe even add a bit of a vignette. Let's do a little bit of a vignette. Vignettes are not awesome all the time, but if you want to zone in on something like this is great. Okay, and then color grading. So color grading is the same as when I said tonal curve. So this has just made it easier and you can see what's going on. So this is midtones, highlights, shadows, okay? The cool thing about this one is if you add blue into the shadows, it doesn't really go into the black point. So if you have a really, really dark black point, so say here, if you add blue, it shouldn't affect the black point, okay? Now the black point is just to make it look proper. So if you move this around, you'll see what happens. Let's go to the extreme. You can see all the dark stuff, all the shadow areas. Any dark point is getting pink added to it. It's getting blue added to it. It's getting green added to it. Getting yellow added to it. You never want to do this much, but I'm just trying to show you what it does. So if you pull it back now, the closer to the middle you are, the less saturation you're adding. So we want, let's add some orange into the shadows, get it nice and warm. Okay. Then we say, okay, highlights. Highlights is the almost white stuff, which is the cool thing. It won't add it to the pure white part. So you can see the white part over here. It's not getting any. It's still white. So what you want to do is get that to the color you want. So let's do this. Okay, and then midtones is going to kind of affect everything that's like in the middle of too white and too dark. So this is the one that will affect most stuff. So you can see now we've made it a bit orange. So now we've gone from this to this. Okay, and if you don't like what I've done here, you turn this off and we're back to that. Okay, this is where I stopped. I didn't do the color grade there. But you can, okay? If you want to have a backup, you could kind of say, let's have a preset, grade tutorial 1, okay? Now I want all of it affected. Let's do all of it affected, create preset. All right, so we have grade tutorial over here. So if we want to add that effect to this one, grade tutorial, boom. Now we've got that exact preset added. If you want to add so now if you want to add this color grade that you made, let's just make another one. So let's say that's the color grade you want to add. Now you can save this as let's say this is color, let's do grade tutorial 2, right? Then we add all of that in. Now we've got this version. So now we have tutorial 1, tutorial 2. So we've got two different grades. And now in future, if we had to open a different shoot, so let's say this was a different shoot. Let's go to this image. So if we want to add it to here, oh, that's been graded already. If we want to add it to this image, we go grade tutorial 2, boom, 1, 2. We just made these right now. So if you want to add it to this, but it's still not right, then you say, okay, I want to add some exposure to it, some of this, some of this. So because you've made it a preset, you now know how to fix the preset. So this is something very important to learn. You can do a lot of this stuff in Photoshop as well, using a tone curve and selective color, similar stuff. But a lot of people like to live in Lightroom, and this is what you need to know. So let's just see where else this would work. Oh, these are quite cool. So let's do like this image, right, of her chilling. So now what you can see is it's too much. So this is a preset we just made, but you can see it's bringing out all these like white little hairs in her head. So you want to bring the shadows back down, because on the other image she was very shadowed, so you're lifting up all of her, whereas here she's not shadowed at all, so it's bringing up her hair. So you can bring that back down. You can say, oh shit, her forehead's too bright now. Let's bring this back up a little bit, bring down the luminance on her forehead a little. Let's change the saturation of her a little. Right, so, and then I would save that as another grade, or I just copy this and then I paste it to the next image. So that's how I like to work. This was a very simple tutorial, just to show you how these things work and how to save it as a preset. If you want to send a preset to friends, so the way I would do it with you guys is you right click the preset, you say show in folder, and then these files over here, this is what you send people. So when they import these folders. Okay, this will work on Lightroom Mobile, so if you send this to your phone, it will work there too. But yeah, if you want all of these that I've made, I will give them to you. You just understand that they don't work on every image. They will, it depends on how you shot the image. So if you want to play with them, let me know. They're already on Google Drive. I'll send you a link. And then, yeah, follow my Instagram, follow my other YouTube channels, and then send me a screenshot of this video and I will send you the preset for free, and you can have fun with it. But I suggest you guys learn how to do it. I used to always say don't buy presets. People are just making money off like quick things like that. Like I could sell presets if I wanted to, but I feel like it's not enough going on there, if that makes sense. But anyway, if I make a preset pack, it will be very fine-tuned. It will have a version for dark shots, light shots, perfectly exposed shots, to orange. It will have correction type stuff. So maybe in the future. For now, I'm happy to give them to you guys for free for watching my content. Have a look, try them out. Let me know what you guys think, and